What's up, guys? Jack here, and we're back for the second video of 2021, and we are joined by RJ. What's up, RJ?
What's up, brother? What's going on, man? Thank you for having me on, Jack.
And thanks for coming. RJ actually had me on his channel about a week ago, and we talked about my print-on-demand experience, but today we're going to be talking about RJ's experience. So, how'd you get started, RJ? How'd you get in online business and print-on-demand in general? What prompted that?
Yeah, man. No, so there's I don't know, 5 years, 6 years now. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, by the way. But 5 years ago, right? I think it was 5 years ago. Yeah. So I had a job at one time, and I was like trying to figure out how to sell online, right? And I had a really good job too, by the way. And I learned a lot from that job, but I was learning how like online business was working, and I've seen a lot of people talk about it, like, you know what I mean, like,
Yeah.
okay, I see this person talking about it, trying to sell like a course and stuff like that. I was like, you know what, like, I'm always like a big tester on trying to figure out what can I do. So it was Amazon FBA, of course. So what I did was buy something from like the store, and I knew that it was going for like a higher margin. So buy low, sell high, right?
Yeah.
And I purchased something, and then I shipped it into one of the warehouses, and then it sold like a week later. And I was like, whoa, okay.
You realized something here. You got something.
Yeah, man. And I was like, you know what? I was like, cool. Like this is awesome. Like, you can really do this. Like, I just wanted to test before I even jumped into anything. If I purchased anything, like, what if it's a scam? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you have a job, you kind of like think a certain way sometimes, and you're like, you're trained and molded to be like, nah, that's a scam. That's not gonna work. I'm not working for the system and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Let me just see. And so I did it, and it started working. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I just started, you know what? I was like, you know what? Let me take $1,000 that I have for my job and just throw it in there, and let's see if I can flip it. And then I think I made like 1,400, and then so on and so forth. And then I started getting more and more into it. And then like 2 years later, I was like, you know what? It's like, let me just, I started flipping shoes. I started buying shoes like at Marshall's for like $40-$50, and then flipping them for like 120, 80, 90, depends on the demand of the shoe, of course, right? And started making money that way. And then the next thing you know it, I started just doing it full time and flipping shoes and stuff. But I started doing like 13, 14-hour days.
Yeah, I bet that's a lot of work.
With Amazon FBA shipping in shoes, and then I came across print on demand. I was like, oh, this looks easy.
Yeah, a lot less manual labor.
My back's not gonna hurt no more. And I was like, let's do this. And then, you know what I mean? I was like, let's see this. Let's see what's up. And then I put I made actually my first video on my channel. I documented it, did it on purpose to kind of like, you know what I mean? Just to document my journey. Like, here it is, boom. And then I started selling on Merch by Amazon. I had that account I actually signed up. I missed the day before where it was automatic approval. Like you would sign in, and then you'll get approved within minutes, like seconds. And then you're logged in, you start uploading and start making designs and stuff. And I was like, damn, I missed it. And then I had to wait a whole 3 months to get approved. And then I got approved. And then once I got approved, I literally like started uploading, going for the Cinco de Mayo niche. I uploaded one design first of all, and I put it real low, the price real low, and then it sold like 5-6 times the next day. And I was like, you know what?
Right in it tier 25.
And then I was like, I'm gonna attack the Cinco de Mayo niche, and then literally went from like, I think it was like, I showed it on there too. It was like $400, $2,000,
wow,
$3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. And I was like, oh, there it is. And then I started documenting, making content, helping people along the way too as well.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, man.
I love that. So you also do KVP, right?
Yeah, I do. Right. Yeah.
So it's like that came from print on demand. That's pretty recent though.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of recent. Yeah. It's I tested about like 2 or 3 years ago. Same process too, by the way. Like, but by the way, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's all like at the end of the day, it all depends on you, like how you want to test it, see if it works, right? If you test it and it starts making sales and it starts working, it's like a sign right there. Like, okay, like what else can I do to be better with doing that? And the most recent one was like the Facebook Marketplace. Okay. I'm not sure if you messed with that yet, but the Facebook Marketplace, like literally, I was testing it 2 months ago, whenever and it was like literally I was making like $500-$600 a week, and I'll just drop shipping
Wow.
stuff, drop
Really?
shipping. And so with KDP, but with going back with KDP is the same exact way. It's like I just wanted to test and see if it's working. So I had some
Yeah.
illustrations, line drawings already, and I put them into a book. It took me like 2 months to get it approved because I kept on messing it up. Rejection after rejection. I'm like, damn, dude. So I put a book up and then it sold. And then I was like, interesting. Okay. And then there was like barely any competition in one niche. And I was like, I started selling this book and I was ranking like #1 for that book.
Oh, that's good.
And that niche. And I was like, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's what KDP is. It's like, okay, it takes a little bit more work. And I've talked about this already a little bit, but it takes a little bit more work. And I talked to you about this. It's like, it takes more work, but there's less competition because it takes more work. And if it takes more work, there's always going to be less competition.
Yeah.
And some people might not want to hear that because it's the damn truth, but hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So out of these three or these like your online businesses, what do you think like is your favorite to work on right now, or like which one are you most invested in time wise?
It's going to be merch by Amazon because, well, it's just merch by Amazon. It's just because it's just that's what I focus on like most of my time on. Because I actually have a team built out for that, and as I make the designs and I upload and stuff like that, I kind of base off of that, and then I go to other platforms like Redbubble or Spreadshirt or any, you know what I mean, any of those platforms, and I'll upload designs over there. But it's always been merch by Amazon for me when it comes to uploading designs. I did at one point, I made a video on this on my channel too. I was doing Etsy for a little bit, but then I got suspended, and I don't know what happened exactly. But that right there was looking really good. It was catching up to my Amazon, but I also wanted to do KDP. KDP was always on my radar because
like it's so close to print on demand almost. It's like hard not to know about it, really.
Because it's like you're not taking care of nothing. Like you're not doing no customer service, but you're creating a book that people want, and it's creating less. It's harder to create, and you're not doing none of the customer service, none of that stuff, and the book just flying off the shelf. I had a book in December that sold like 300, 400 times.
Really?
And it's crazy. Just one book. I'm just like, all right, baby. You know what I mean? So like it just signs like that, man. Like if I see it, I'm just like, all right, write this down, come back, take a step back, and see what you can do to attack it. But it's just like the second year again with KDP that showed me that okay, there's some opportunity here, and you need to take advantage of it, RJ. You know?
That's crazy. So what platform would you say has like the most potential in print on demand for like someone who's just starting out? Like I know there's a lot of different factors there, but what do you think has the most potential like to grow?
I think it all depends on the platform, but like when first starting out, you just like there's like, because a lot of people love Redbubble. And you know that's because it's like there's like no approval process or nothing like that. You just
it's a lot easier.
You sign up and put all your information and then you're approved. Boom. But at the same time as you're doing that, you can do merch by Amazon, you can do Spreadshirt, TeePublic, and all the other ones, right? KDP, I believe KDP is exactly like that too as well, but it takes more work, so a lot of people will get scared, like they'll get pushed away from that. But I would do definitely like with me, because I'm merch by Amazon. I'm a big guy with merch by Amazon because I know a lot about the Amazon algorithm, as you know, as much as possible, best as possible. I know a lot about that, and I test a lot of that. So I would do definitely with merch by Amazon. A lot of people say there's more competition. There is more competition on there, but if you do your research, you'll find new niches.
There's a lot of customers on Amazon. Like compared to Redbubble, it's like what 2 billion monthly visitors on Amazon. Like obviously that's not all on the shirts, but Redbubble's like at 30 million now, I think. So there is like a huge market for sure with Amazon.
No, I would definitely. It's kind of like it depends like where you're at in your situation. A lot of people do like print on demand with like Merch by Amazon and
Yeah.
Redbubble and all that stuff, because they don't have to take care of the customer service and stuff like that. And people are going more in that direction where they want someone else to take care of that. Like you don't have to print nothing. You don't have to print your products or nothing like that. You don't have to talk to the customer. And they're kind of like steering away from that. But like not saying that, like, so for example, with Etsy, it's probably one of the easiest platforms to learn when it comes to how people search for products and stuff like that. That is cool because they give you a ton of information on the back end. And as me saying this because of my account suspended, I'm saying this because when I first tried Etsy, I was like, dude, this is easy. I was like, for real? And I was like,
see so much like compared to Amazon. It's like I got one number on Amazon, PSR, and then on Etsy, up like you can see how many people have it in their cart. You can see like so much, which makes it very easy for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. But so for Amazon, in order for us to do that, in order for us to get that type of information, we have to spend money on AMS. Yeah, and that's not a bad thing. Like I enjoy doing that, spending money, because in a way it keeps a lot of the copycats out and people will copy your design and take it pixel for pixel. But if you're running like AMS, it's like you're gonna stay up there. You're gonna stay on that front page. Yeah, and you're gonna continue because you know what I mean. You're gonna keep pushing the other people away that are trying to copy your design or take your design and rip it off and re-upload it 100 different times to other different platforms. No, I seen someone rip my design and put it on a different product. And I was like, this smart guy, this is just smart. I was like, this guy put my design up on a different product and it's selling. I was gonna get mad about it, but then I was like, you know what? It's my fault because I'm not even looking into that. You have to think bigger. Yeah, think bigger.
I'm glad you're like not mad about it. You're like, you think good about it, which is not like that's the best way to think about it, really.
Yeah, no, dude,
learn from it.
Yeah, no, because it's easy to do that, right? Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you've done it before too as a human being. It's just
yeah, for sure.
It's easy to think about negative things real fast, and it can piss you off and it mess up your whole mood for the whole day. But if you like just focus on what you need to get done throughout the day and just be, have fun with it, it's so much easier. The next thing you know, it's 8 p.m. You know what I mean?
All right, so the next question, what point, so I know you got a pretty good start on Merch by Amazon, but at what point did you realize like, okay, print on demand, like this can be full time, like I could do this and make an actual income?
Well, when I went from the very beginning, when I went from 400 to 2,000, I was like, okay. And then when I went from 2,000 to 5,000, I was like, okay, damn. I was like, that's like at my job. I was averaging 8 to 10K a month, right, at my job. And then I was like, but I can literally do this for myself and I don't have to work these weird hours. You know what I mean? Like these damn hours, man, they're killing me. I don't have to work these weird hours. So I was like, let's do it. Like, let's do this. Like I can do this. I know I can. So, but then like I was selling shoes. I was doing FBA at the time with shoes. I was selling like 4 or 5 products in a day, and then I would make my whole day. But I was breaking my back too, though. I was like, I'll sell one shoe, that's $30 profit, and then I'll sell another shoe, sell 3 or 4 shoes. I'm already anywhere between, like $100 to $200 in the day, easy. But then what happens when I'm selling 10, 20, 15?
That's level. Print on demand, you can actually scale it like a lot easier because it's so automated almost, right?
So, but then I noticed that I can actually upload designs and start making money. And then I noticed that when I started noticing that, I was like, cool. But the goal is to keep it consistent, right? I'm not just 1 month I'm doing 10,000 and the next month I'm only doing 1,000. Be consistent with it. And then I started being consistent with it, making sales. And then I was averaging, 3 or 4K a month. And I was like, cool, I'll take it. And
that's
then
awesome.
I don't know, like this year, like it's up there too as well. For 2020, it was like, I don't know, I was averaging 7 to 8K a month.
That's awesome.
But now this month, that was just merch by Amazon. But this month, this year I want to go even high. Like, I want to
push yourself to your limits. I love that. All right, so I know that you've had a lot of success on Merch by Amazon, but my question is, what part of like print on demand, researching or designing, and I kind of already know the answer, is your favorite part or like your specialty, I guess? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. So first first and foremost, I'm horrible. I suck at designing, but I have the idea of, like, you know, like looking at it, and
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
flows well together, I'm like, okay, this looks real cool. But when it comes to designing, like, I'll sit on one design probably for like 3 hours. I'm like, oh, dude, I would never even. I don't even know how to use Photoshop. I don't know how to use.
Yeah,
That's why I use like Canva, or I'll make a video
yeah,
on Canva, or use my phone or whatever to make a design. But I don't know how to use none of those tools, and I just never, like, it was just confusing to me. So and the part that I enjoyed the most was doing the research and
yeah,
finding like new ideas. And then at that point, I just, like, you know, I outsourced a lot of this stuff when it comes to like my design work. And I have a guy that's been on my team probably for like 3 years.
yeah,
And then I have an illustrator too. So at that point, if I have someone that can draw, and if I can have someone that knows how to, like, you know, do the typography and the design work and stuff like that, it's literally, I can create it. I can create any niche I want, right? At that point.
yeah,
But it's, my favorite part is to do research. I enjoy doing the research part of things, and putting together the workflow and creating the team of and also two guys, like even at that point, it does take work, because you have to make sure these guys are on track and on pace to do their job and stuff like that. But I'm a very when it comes to treating people with, like, people love that. This is the reason why these guys have worked for me for many years, is because they enjoy it, and I'm not like I'm not mean to them. I treat them with respect and love and stuff like that, and they continue to work hard for me and do some awesome stuff, amazing stuff. I love it too, to look at it from the outside in. I look at it like that way when I see a new design or something. I'm just like, okay, this is cool. This makes a lot of sense right here. This is gonna look really good on a t-shirt. You know, and the next thing you know, it sells. Like, oh, I told you, you know what I mean? So, but it's just, it's fun, man. It just, I think that's the, like, everyone's good. Some people are really talented at drawing, and they're really good.
For sure.
And I love that, because it's amazing, because it makes me smile when I see something someone that's very artistic, and they can crush it, and they're doing stuff, and they're making it like their own way. And I'm just like, dude, like, this is amazing. Like, how do you even think about this type of stuff? And then you kind of like, you go into someone's brain, like, dude, I wonder what this person thinks about, because you look to that level, right? Because you can see what they're designing. And it's like, I know you look at some of the illustrations and some of these crazy designs, and you'll see them like a lot on Redbubble. You look at it, you're like, wow, this is like I'm in a different world, different atmosphere.
Someone spent a lot of time on this. Like, there's some, like, some, like, there's very different types of design. There's like text-based, and then there's designs that probably took like 6 hours to make. So.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And I think that's really cool. So, but I love doing research. Research is my thing, especially finding new ideas, and like hitting trends. Sometimes, like, I kind of been staying away from trends all of 2020, focusing on evergreen, and it's been working really well, really successful for me. But also, at the very beginning, I started with trends, and I love trends, because I would think of an idea, think ahead, and then I'll put it up, and the next thing you know, it's a top selling design. You know, in that niche, and then it just
feels
takes
good.
off. Yeah, it's cool.
All right, so I know a lot of people they have trouble with goals and kind of like just seeing where they're gonna go. So for you, like, in print on demand, I guess, and online business, what was like your main goal that was kind of like, okay, I got to get up and I got to do this? Like, did you have something that was pushing you towards?
Yeah, so like the very, very, very beginning was just like, I would work at it, I would work on, like, you know, 4 or 5 things, 6 things a day, every single day, and from research. And now I kind of have it spread out just a little bit to kind of help with my time management, and still trying to figure that out a little bit with myself personally. But like, literally just research, and, you know what I mean, and working with my team, researching. I started out at the very beginning like that, and I talk about that too. It's just like the very beginning, I outsourced it right away. I started off, boom, outsource. And I would argue with my VA too, because it would kind of go back and forth. I'm like, dude, it's like, if you're gonna work with me, you're gonna work with me. If not, then go somewhere else. I'll find someone else, because we're like going back and forth. And I was like, this is how I want it done, and this is what I want to be done. And then he's like, okay, I'll work with you. Okay. And then I was like, this is gonna be a long-term work. So write down his work at it every single day. Like, what I do is I have a journal, a little daily planner. Here's for 2021
there we
journal.
go. Yeah.
Ready? All right. And I have you in here too as well, Jack. So, so you know it's real, man. So, um, I'm a big fan of writing stuff down and getting everything together because for my personal daily planner, sometimes I'll just have only 3 things to do for the day and I'm done. I'll just chill for the rest of the day. Sometimes I'll have 5 or 6 or 7 things in there to do. Like right now, I just been chilling like the last week because I just kind of relax and then get back into it of making content and stuff like that and researching and stuff. But as far as that, I'll use a lot of like a daily planner, but then I also have like Airtable or a spreadsheet. I've been working in Airtable a lot lately, where I'll research niches for the month. So I already have a new Airtable for 2021 for my my design team. And literally when I'm doing research, I use that right there for them. And they'll see like notes. I'll put notes in there and stuff like that for them so they can go back and look at that. And I haven't did the KDP one yet, but I'll work on that one next. But stuff like that, kind of like keep it separate and kind of be organized with your workflow will help you tackle like your goals. Like, so if you're going to go to if you're going to attack a new niche this week, you literally should have all your research down because research starts first before you start designing or any of that stuff. Research and then you get your keyword research. I think so. Research and keyword research, they both play the same part for me. And then then you go with the designing next, and then the upload process and all that stuff. But yeah, in that kind of order. But it's what works best for you. But research is the most important thing. Most people that I see that are very talented and they're very artistic and they know how to draw and they know how to do everything, pretty much everything that I wish I knew how to do. They don't research like the niche. And they create something that they want, but no one else wants it. So it's like shooting yourself in the foot. So who's gonna buy this design? Just you? That's it? Then how are you gonna make money online? No one wants this design but you. So if you look at it that way, if you create it for someone you can use the algorithm too, like the search bar. If you look at the search bar, you can see what people are searching for and then kind of get an idea of what's selling in that niche, right? And then get an idea as an artist, and then you can literally create something that you think that people will like, and they'll give you a better opportunity to make your first sell on the platform or any platform in general.
Yeah, I think that's something I've even like struggled with just getting started in print on demand. It's like I'll skip a little bit of research and I'll kind of like push a designer, but like in the end, if you don't find like a customer that actually like the customer base first, like do the research. If there's not one there, then it's not going to make any sales, like you said, no matter how good the design is. So that's something that's definitely, I think, very big. I think you're right.
Yeah. No, and there can be research can be done anywhere too. You go into Facebook groups, you can Google and Etsy.
Ways to do it.
There's all kinds of ways.
All right, so I've seen you at a 2021 journal, but I'm wondering. I know you kind of said you kind of mentioned how you're gonna hit like 10K merch by Amazon, but what other goals do you have for the new year?
I've been kind of just creating content from my YouTube channel. I really haven't found a goal for that really yet. I don't know. I really haven't found a goal for that really. I'm trying to figure that out. Maybe I'll figure that out. Maybe if I create my 400th video, then I'll probably figure it out by then. I don't know, dude. I don't know yet. But I've been testing a lot with that, messing and like kind of researching how the algorithm works and stuff like that. Been messing with a lot of that stuff, and I think it's really cool. KDP, I'm trying to get a team set up for that, but I'm looking at all the stats and everything makes sense for where because right now what I'm doing is like I'll have my main guy, he'll create like 1 or 2 books a month for KDP, and they all seem to sell. So I'm just like, you know what, like if I had a team in place for that, and I had it actually at one point, like I had a team going, but then like the person just like fell off, and I'm just like, all right, cool. And that's part of the building a team process.
For sure.
You'll get someone in there that's good and they look really good, and then next week they're just not feeling it and they're done. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go find someone else. But with KDP, I think there's a big opportunity over there, and I think putting a team in place over there, it makes a ton of sense. Because like my main illustrator is like taking away from the t-shirt designs that he can be creating for me, and that's like in a way taking money from that business.
Yeah.
All right, and then kind of like, you know, not doing a full effort, 100% effort with the t-shirt business compared to, you know, the book business. It's a little bit more work, so it takes more effort, it takes more time from that, and I don't want that, of course. So that, and then there's my Pixel, have the Pixel Pod Studio too as well. I'm in the process of growing that too, but as I grow that, it's going to be because the product works, of course, but the thing is, it's as long as I grow the KDP business, that's gonna be there. That's gonna be the funnel, right? And that's
for sure.
It just makes sense, right? At that point, hey, you want to learn KDP? Here it is. I mean, KDP, or if you want to learn about KDP, here's Pixel Pod Studio. You know what I mean? So that right there. But yeah, those are the things right there. I do enjoy creating YouTube content.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I think it's also nice to you get to talk to other people too. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Because like you can literally be trapped in there. Like I was like, you create YouTube content. Really think about it. Only thing you're doing is like you're trying to get in your own zone, right? You're trying to get in your own space. If you close, like for you for example, Jack, you're closing the door.
Yeah,
you're closing the door. Like my door's open right now. You close the door and you just talk to yourself in a room. YouTube video.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
It is weird.
This guy's in there talking to his room for hours and he's having a conversation. I'm like, yeah, for real, huh?
It is exactly what it is.
Yeah, for real.
All right, so final question for today. And it's going to be, if you could give one piece of advice to someone starting an online business, like any online business, to make it a full-time thing, what would you tell them?
I think like it just has to make sense for yourself, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do something that you're not happy with, right? And I talk about this all the time because literally as an individual, or if you want to call yourself like an entrepreneur, like you can do so many things, but it doesn't make sense for you because it's like at one point, sometimes you're just not happy doing it, and literally you can just say, no, I'm not going to do it today. I'm not doing this. I'm done with it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But the most important thing is like, you have to take a step back. Like, is this something that does it make sense? Can I make money from this? Or is everything there? Am I happy doing it as I'm making money? And you don't have to do it. Yeah. But it just has to make sense for you, because you don't want to be like bending over backwards to do something that you do not want to do. And I tell myself that all the time. It's like, the reason why I started making YouTube content is because I'm actually like, I'm doing the business, I'm messing with it, and I'm learning and researching and having fun and teaching myself stuff. I'm learning stuff as I'm doing it, and then I go around, I'll make some YouTube content around it, because I think it's like beneficial for people to learn about it as they grow. And as I'm testing myself and making mistakes along the way, I share with other people, and that in return, you know what I mean? That's how you grow like an audience, because you're like, oh dude, you mess up. You don't post your like, you know, every single time there's success, you're posting about it. But what about the times when you mess up and you suck at something? You don't want to talk about it, so you don't post it. It's like, but how does that make sense? We all mess up. People have to learn from your mistakes too as well.
Exactly.
So
I really like that about your channel, how you like to show everything. Like, you're not just gonna show all of the good parts. You can tell that you really worked for what you got, and like you're not like you're not creating a false image, which is really important, I think, because a lot of people get stuck like on one side of the table. They're like, oh, it's supposed to all be success, right?
Yeah.
I love that about your channel.
Yeah, man. No, and sometimes I'm just like, damn, I can't say that word, but I'm gonna say it anyways. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it anyways, and then I'll get people messing with me. It's not how you say it. I'm like, how did I know that someone was gonna comment about me not saying the word right? Like, god damn it. I don't know, man. Sometimes I just can't say the word. I'm just like, I don't know what the hell it is. I can't say the word, but I'm gonna say it because it's gonna be like, oh, RJ can't say this.
It's gonna be
you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, man. I think I just I'm a big fan about that, just because you can, like you said, like you can. It makes sense if you're doing it just to create content on it, because you can work all day. You can work all day, right? You can work with Jack. You can work all day on your business. You can upload to Redbubble, and then when you're done uploading to Redbubble, like, okay, cool. Like I worked in this niche, and I'm gonna make a video about tags on uploading to Redbubble, and it's literally that simple because I just did it. It's easy for me to talk about because I just did it. It's not like I'm putting up a front.
Yeah.
And then because in a way we're all acting on YouTube because we are editing the video, we're acting, and we're like, yeah, what's up, what's going on? But if it's not it makes it less of acting if you're actually doing it and talk about the process along the way.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well, thanks so much for coming on. You got anything final to say? I'm gonna leave your channel down in the description for sure. Make sure you guys go check them out. But any final words, RJ?
No. Thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks so much, man.
Thanks, brother.